Hi, welcome back to Raunchy Reality Recaps. Now, in this video, we're going over Love During Lockup with Latisha and Keith. Now, in the last episode, we saw where she was kind of announcing to her employees that her husband, who's behind bars, is going to kind of be, bossing people around, and when he gets out, he's going to be the boss too. And of course, her employees weren't kind of feeling it. So they go to a bar and she takes her employees to a bar and they get to talking, and apparently it came out that her employee Deanna ended up being kind of like friends and talking to her husband back when they were teenagers. And Latisha's kind of irritated about this. She's kind of perturbed. So she calls Keith's aunt, who's only a year older than Latisha, and asks her about that. And his aunt basically confirms that, they were friends back in the day. And she wouldn't be surprised, if they did, get together like that down low. So, yeah, kind of confirming the whole thing that her employee and her husband used to sleep together when they were kids. Or not kids, I'm not going to say kids, teenagers. So, and her aunt's like, they were 16. It's so long ago, And anyways, you can tell, again, Latisha's kind of getting mad about it. She's like, well, I just don't know what to think about this. And it's like, again, dude, that was like, what, probably like 20 years ago? Like, it's fine. And then her employee Deanna goes, see him in an interview and outside of the restaurant, and she's like, basically, he was popular, she was popular, and they kind of hooked up. And then the other two employees, which what was the funniest I've seen this episode, or probably this season so far, the other two employees were basically like just laughing about it after they were giving the girl a hard time for bringing it up, because kind of set the mood. You shouldn't have said anything. Wait till another time to where y'all aren't having fun, which I agree, probably not the best time for the employee to bring it up. Never bring up something like that while people are drinking. No, just not a good idea. Anyways, so the other two employees are cracking up outside because they're like, they wanted each other's cookie and the cookie crumbled or something. It was just funny how they were laughing. So in the next scene, we see her trying to talk to her husband on the phone. Now, it's apparently they set up a time. She hadn't talked to him in 14 hours and he never called, so she was worrying if they went on lockdown or something. So she goes on a Facebook page for like prison wives at that prison, and she doesn't see anything. Then eventually he calls. Now, of course, when he calls, the first and only thing she wants to talk about is Deanna and if he actually slept with her. And he was like, that was when I was 18. And he's like, yeah, how old is this dude now? You only been with him for like how long? And you're questioning him from like stuff like 10, 15, 20 years ago. Like, he was 18. He was a teenager. I mean, do you expect him to be like a virgin when you met him? Like, I mean, crap happens, especially when y'all live in a small town and you expect him not to sleep with anybody. I mean, I don't know what to tell this girl. And apparently he didn't know what to either, because he straight up hung up on her. Now, it might have been dropped or anything, but it seems like it's awfully convenient that it dropped right then. So, of course, she was getting upset about it. And she was talking about how, her youngest daughter's dad did her the same way, wasn't honest with her. It turned out bad and all that stuff. And it's like, girl, that I get that. And I get you don't want to be lied to. But straight up, like, you gotta be reasonable here. Like, I can understand it if it was like your best friend and it was like only a couple years ago. Like, yeah, but straight up, they were teenagers. Like, you need to get over it, sweetie. You're living way in the past. You are too old to be acting like this. You have kids. You need to get over something a little bit. Do you want the relationship to work out or not? Because if you keep on doing this, it's like, I don't see anybody being okay with you getting mad about somebody they slept with when they were 18. And they're a full-grown adult, probably in the 30s now. I gotta check, but I'm pretty sure that dude's in his 30s, okay? So, anywho, that's the end of this one. We'll see what happens. Again, I think this is going to be a whole plot line because, I'm sorry, but Love During Lockup is utterly boring sometimes. So y'all like, subscribe, and share. Y'all have a great day. Bye.